care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
I'm no meteorologist, but I'm pretty sure it's raining bitches.
A lot of women, you could have had a good man. You didn't want him because he was a cornball. You go, you mess around with a bozo, have a baby by the bozo, and after you have a baby by the bozo, now all of a sudden you want to spin the block to the nigga that you didn't want to begin with. There are, and I'm not saying all, but there are a lot of single mothers who go after weak men.
Right. Mm-hmm. So
a lot of women will tell you all day, oh, being a stepdaddy is honorable. And a lot of them, they know damn well that man ain't gonna get nothing out of it. They know damn well that they can up and leave, take half of his income, get alimony, depending on if they are able to swindle him into legally adopting the children. They can put him on child support. In certain states, you don't even have to have the man legally adopt him. If you can prove that he played a father figure role, you can put that man on child support. When men decide to take on responsibilities that are not theirs, they're taking a very big risk. I do not, me personally, because I can only speak for me, I do not see how it's worth it. When women are usually the ones that leave the relationships. Imagine getting into a relationship with a woman. She got a child. You become attached to the child. Then she up and leave, knowing you got an attachment to that child. And then she look at you and say, you're not.
Even though this woman is speaking all this truth, a lot of women will still not get it. Or maybe they get it, but just don't want to hear it. There's no benefits going in that route. You will gain nothing and possibly lose everything. Do not throw yourself at the wolves. Because being a stepdad today, dealing with these modern women, is the biggest loss a man can have.
The dazzling beachfront environment of the Gold Coast, where the sun dances on the waves and palm trees sway in the mild air, offers a world of trials and successes for single mothers navigating the realms of love and romance. Every day presents a new set of challenges for these tough ladies. From managing parental responsibilities to dealing with societal stigmas and judgments, the journey of a single mother can sometimes feel like a solitary trek.
So who takes care of you?
I do.
Anybody else?
My dog? Sounds crazy, but he does.
Let me get this straight. So many modern day women think that they're the prize because basically they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Like, congratulations for paying your electric bill. I guess that means you deserve princess treatment. Meanwhile, these women are ill-mannered, don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to take constructive criticism. They only know how to focus on negative behaviors instead of positive behaviors. They have unhealed trauma that they constantly project onto other people. They're selfish and entitled and expect everyone to cater to them while they give nothing in return. They have poor time management. They don't have any priorities in place. They don't know how to focus. They don't know what they really want in life, which is why they dabble in everything and sleep around. They prefer negative attention rather than no attention at all. Their idea of positive friendships is how many followers they have, and their reputation online is more important than who they are in real life.
New territory. Loneliness becomes a familiar companion, resonating through empty nights spent caring for youngsters and yearning for adult company. Single mothers may feel alone in a society that frequently praises the nuclear family unit, with their hardships unnoticed and their voices unheard. Despite the challenges and tragedies, there is a quiet strength that runs through their lives. It is the strength that comes from adversity, the resilience developed from innumerable fights waged and won. During this turbulent journey, single mothers seek for connection, for someone who sees beyond their status and accepts them for who they are. They seek understanding, empathy, and a companion who will accompany them through life's ups and downs.
I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Of course I like to do yoga in my front yard in a sports bra. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I know when all of the divorced dads are doing their drop-offs. I'm the hot neighborhood mom, and naturally I make the best cookies. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I mean, the kids just love being at our house. I don't know why. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I'll never have less than 200 unread text messages and about 40 DMs. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I need directions for everything, and I just happen to like to ask your husband. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Anytime we're doing a fundraiser, I think it would be a fun idea if a blind date with me was one of the auction items. Doesn't that sound fun for everyone? I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Some people like to call me Tammy Sue.
As a single mother, I never wanted a man to have the power over me to say, it didn't work out, doesn't matter, I still fucked you.
Yeah, that's important.
I never wanted a man to have that power over me because men are vindictive in that way. And when things don't go the way that they want, when you hurt their fucking ego, they will use that shit against you.
Yeah.
So it was very easy for me to abstain from that situation because I always kept that in the back of my mind. So that's why I always laid my cards out on the table. And if I was looking to engage with a man just sexually, I needed to make sure that that's all he wanted to. Because then that's how we interacted with each other. And there was this level of respect between him and I that we held at every single moment that we interacted because I put that foot forward.
But finding such a spouse is not an easy task. The dating scene can be a minefield of disappointment and frustration, with swiping left and right, producing momentary contacts, but few genuine attachments. Single mothers face even greater challenges as they strive to strike a careful balance between caring their children and nurturing their hearts.
Who feels confused and overwhelmed? Who's fighting to figure out who the heck she is now? We just have to find a way to get through it, okay? And even on days when your best doesn't feel like enough, it is enough. And even though you feel like you don't deserve some time for yourself, you do. And you are still a priority if you let yourself be, okay? This is hard and you are tough. But I just want you to know you're not alone. Even though you feel alone, you're not. And even though you haven't brushed your teeth today, you are still very beautiful.
I cannot stand this shit. Bang, 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 click, click, reload, bang, bang, bang. Can't stand it.
This is why real high-value men will go after single moms. Don't fight me on this, because I'm a living proof. Not in my own life, but somebody that I know. A high-value man knows his value and his worth and what he brings to a woman. There's going to be no child that is going to interfere with that. High-value men want children, and real men are going to love children as their own, even if it's not their own. So you having a child is now an addition to their entire family that either they were seeking, that they wanted, or they were looking to create in the future. Now you have a child, and that's part of my family, and we're all a family. That's what a real high-value man is. So if you ever hear a guy saying like, oh, you have a child, or, oh, I don't want nothing to do with that, that means one, they're not going to love your child, and they're just looking at you as a piece of meat, not as their family. And number two, they probably don't have the means to take care of your child because they're broke bums, and we don't want those men anyway. Now, mind you, I'm talking like I'm a single mom, but I know a lot of single mothers. And it doesn't always happen because you're irresponsible. It can literally happen. Get married, husband dies, now you're a single mother. Single widow, like whatever. But real, true, high-value men are going to be seeking or not avoiding someone because they're a mother. I think the real issue is that when people are dating and they're young, they're like, oh, I don't want to have a child and hang out with you at the same time. It's because they're children and they're not high-value men. They're boys. Do not date these boys. You need to date men.
Despite the hurdles, there is optimism. Hope manifests itself in the form of self-love, accepting one's worth, and acknowledging one's inner beauty. Only when one learns to love themselves completely can they truly offer their hearts to others. And when that love arrives, it is a beacon of light in the darkness, a reminder that despite the difficulties, there is always hope for a better tomorrow.
I can be honest and say dating as a single mother is literally one of the loneliest processes in the world. Especially if you're young. I'm 26, but you had my daughter at 22. I think for me personally, a lot of my actions were driven around me not feeling worthy of a relationship beyond something just sexual. A lot of it came from society and social media telling me like, oh, single moms don't deserve true love. Nobody can ever love you if you have a kid. You're too difficult to deal with. But as I've gotten older, I've just realized that like being a single mom, just like having brown hair and brown eyes and the color of my skin doesn't define all of who I am. It's a trait, it's something that's a part of me and who I am, but it just doesn't define what I deserve in this life. I say it's lonely because it does take a while. You kiss a lot of frogs. You find a lot of people who reaffirm that feeling of you aren't worthy of anything more than something sexual. But in loneliness, I feel like it allows you to do a lot of reflective work. You're able to build support systems around you and really build yourself up so that when that perfect person does come along, you know how to act and receive.
This is why a lot of men will pass on single mothers, because they don't want to be disrespected in their own house. And at the end of the day, that child is not his. And now he's dealing with another man's mess, another man's problem. And maybe that's an insensitive way to talk about children, but I'm sorry, that's how men see it. And this is just a whole headache that a lot of guys don't want to sign up for, or sign up for without realizing what they're signing up for.
Finally, a single mother's adventure on the Gold Coast is about discovering herself rather than finding love. It is a voyage of self-discovery, resilience, an unrelenting drive to build out a life full of love, joy, and purpose. And with each step forward, she tells the world that strength knows no limitations, and that love, in all its manifestations, has the power to overcome even the most formidable of obstacles.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.